All right, everybody. So, I don't know how to get the volume working on this app. On this, I'm using Streamlabs OBS here. I'm just waiting on 11 minutes so I can pick up that bar. Let's see here. I might have it here. I think Space Storm might have just helped me out with it a little bit. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Audio, I believe. Add internal audio. All right, ladies and gents. Thanks.
You a frog?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. We got him.
Now it is.
But the only thing is that you can still hear me. And I just wanted to hear the game.
You got your thing.
Whenever I enable well, it looks like we're gonna have a microphone the whole time. Because we don't have any audio without it. If I mute like the mic part, I'm just going through some motions to get out of this dungeon here. Space Storm was with me in it earlier, and he got one shot by a immortal, I think. It had higher foresight than he did. Let's see. Now, you guys, we usually play other types of games. This will probably be the first, or I guess one of the first times I've streamed an Android game to the MtLG gaming channel. This is Extra Life. We're playing some Orna, the GPS RPG. I've been playing this game since 2019. So, a lot of years. A lot of things have changed in that time as well, I might add. Some for the good and some for the worse, I believe. several months ago, they changed the territory control system. And once you switched, you couldn't go back. I really miss the old control system. I'm just making wood at this point. Letting my chat noir there do the heavy lifting. You guys, I don't have a chat up or anything right now. I was honestly just kind of testing to see if this would work, see what I could do to get it going. And it does look like it's working. I mean, I have a lot of raids stacked here, so I'm gonna leave my hometown there, and I'm gonna see if I can. Has it been 11 minutes yet? Come on, there you are. Oh, 2 more minutes, and I got you, my friend. I'm gonna take you down. Go ahead and buy these lightning stones. Go ahead and purchase most of the stuff we can get in the shop. Obviously, I have a lot of things. The game is telling me I have a lot of things in my inventory, and it would slow down my game by having all those. Most of them, I mean, I really don't know, but I have like thousands upon thousands of potions. That could be part of it. Let's see. Do we want to run? Let's run a horde. You guys might hear some motorcycles. Yeah, in the territory control, I think you can actually hit this and then tap the control, and you'll be able to see who controls the territory in this area. But if you use this is Mingus Dude, the Electric Boogaloo, and I'm not gonna beat him. Mingus is a really good person, the long-time player of this game, and if you think you're gonna beat them, well, you definitely have set a very, very really set the bar high for yourself there. I must say, I've played for a lot of years, and I guess I could be to the point if I'd played daily to where I might could compete, but there's absolutely no competing with that guy. So that's where the new territory control system comes into play. It actually allows you to own these Conquerors Guilds, take them over. See, Orgoth of the Relentless Destruction, part of Kingdom X. I am Extra Life. That is my kingdom. And then we have a couple others here, which you would fight with other souls, not your main character. You fight the Emperor with your main character, I believe. We can kind of paper, rock, scissors here for a little bit of extra rewards. And 0 minutes. We've got just a few seconds before we can challenge our raid boss again. I think we're gonna get him. I've got a really good feeling about this. I mean, he's kind of low on health now. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a sure thing, but it's looking pretty good for us. I think we're gonna have to just like wait 1 more minute, because it's not really awesome waiting like that. But this is my loadout for default, and you'll notice that every other loadout is disabled because I'll use this one for just about everything. It's kind of my go-to whenever it comes to playing as a Beowulf, for now at least. And my tactic is I'm a magic-based Beowulf. So what I do is I use an Arisen Spirit Garm. The Arisen Spirit Garm gets pretty much a direct buff from my magic stat. It can do some really, really heavy hitting attacks, and the higher my magic stat is, the heavier it can hit. So I buff myself, it buffs me, and specifically our magic stat. As soon as we get our magic stat maxed out, or +3, and then I don't have a percentage added to anything like that, but it would just be the I guess the static stat modifier that I would use from using something like Mimic's Mischief. It gives you plus up 2, or if it gives you up 3, and I'll use like a potion, or I think it's Wyrm Song should give me 1 up magic. So that's always really, really nice. And then I just pretty much start directing that thing. I don't direct it to do anything. It just kind of starts hitting whenever it feels like it. If I want it to do more attack based, actions and be more offensive, I'll use Call of Scotty. That kind of forces it to not buff me as much. And then if I want more buffs, more magic oriented actions from my Spirit Garm, that's where I'm going to use something like Gate of Sinatra up here. Gate of Sinatra is something I think that it just pushes them to do more magic based stuff. It'll buff you more frequently. I have a lot of appearances. I may have purchased a lot of sprite packs on here over the years. What should I do? Who should I beat? Which sprite should I use for the next little while? I wonder, should I use the pumpkin? Should I use the legendary Hallowed Egg? I am Knight of Inferno. But these are... I think they started showing all the skins. I'm not sure if they're all that you own. I think these are just all the skins that you own, though. I'm fairly certain I own all of these. Space Storm, use the pack you got me. Was it the Rift? No, it wasn't Legendary Rift Fall.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't the animated one.
Yes, it was. I bought you a $30 bundle.
Oh, okay, cool. So, Rift Fall.
I think it was last year's. Let me check. I got to check my.
Let's see here. I think I'll use the red one. No, I'm going with the white Legendary Rift Fall. Well, use. There we go. And should I change my flare? That is also a question. Additional player appearances available for a limited time only. Well, I must have the... Did I remove my... No, I've still got my frog. I've still got the frog equipped. Okay. So, under flare... trying to think of what would look good there. Bats? Nah, it's just not right. This looks kind of cool. Oh, the snow. I like the snow flare. That's really cool. Makes me feel nice and cool in the summertime. Or the beguiled. Sure, I love that one, really. I think I'm going to keep my frog. If I'm being honest, because I don't know if they're going to take it away. And if I still got it, maybe I get to keep wearing it or something. But, guess what? We get to take this guy now. Okay. Hopefully we can knock him down before he gets us really good. Mimic. Alright, now I need to go straight into Divine Bastion. I should have went Golden Fortitude first. Okay, Divine Bastion hit. That's wonderful. Now we'll go Golem's Fortitude. I'm going to Wyrm Song. Buff magic a little bit more. Ward of Ortnite. Come on, guys, we can do this. Oh, he better not. I hope he doesn't. We are actually going to Panacea. Just in case he misses with a heavy hit. Okay. Ward of Ortnite. Come on, chat, now. We got this. Come on, chat. Oh, come on now. You can do better than that. Hit him harder. Yes, there we go. Fallen Reg Centauris complete. Finish him. Alright. Y'all, we got him. That's the first time I've beat this thing. So I've never, tried it. I've never tried it. But it really wasn't that bad. But I mean, if you're If your followers landing 4, 5, 6, 700k attacks, and he only has 13 mil health, the battle, I would expect it to be quite short. Check it here. See what I didn't realize that I quit for 4 years and came back. So confused. Just wanted to say thanks on the advice yesterday. 1.5 mil orange short of tier 7. This new class is already better. Which class did you choose, my friend? Spellweaver, huh? I was never Spellweaver. That class did not exist. Flashy Rocks? Earthworm? Nope. Didn't know that existed either. There's got to be some new pets. Earthworms when it's raining. Oh, well, interesting. Tier is everything. Of course it is. Tier is everything in this game. Now let's look at what we got for that reward there. We collected 720 million experience. That's it's okay. Cretan arrows, the Cretan compound bow, the crimson eye of Centaurus, the horn, the Corinthian helmet, horseshoes, linothorax, and Elstone. No idea what these things do, but that's okay. I do think that if I turn off buildings, monsters, or buildings and bosses, dungeons and towers, then I should. Aha! See, here's the Ceres Apostle. So take him out, hoping to get some more of those red chloris right there. We need those red chloris for an item that we would buy, I think, from the Monumental Guild, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let's see here. Say hi to YouTube, everyone. Yeah, I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. We got us another Ceres disciple. These Ceres mobs are part of the Crimson Festival, and they're absolutely necessary for the secret drops that we're trying to get to. Well, I'm not going to tell you what the item is. I'm not going to tell you what the item is. I'll show you what the item is, because I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I don't really remember what it was called, but I know why I need it. The Crimson Festival. Yep. So main events, Crimson Festival, open that event, and we are looking for the Scroll of Crimson Chaos. So once I get 5 cores, and I have 2, I can craft this Scroll of Crimson Chaos, which will make it to where the Crimson Festival monsters appear much more frequently, and normal monsters will appear less frequently. It should allow me to farm more chorus during the time. It's okay if I'm asleep. My follower will still attack you. Put me to sleep, petrify me, it's all good. He operates almost completely independently of me, so in a way, it's kind of, I don't know. I see the benefits of Grand Summoner, and I see the benefits of Beowulf. If I change class over to GS, which is where is really, this is my main for the longest time. I'm Ascension level 10 on this thing. And I could reset my Ascension levels on here and give them all to my Beowulf, but I don't think I want to. I mean, the Spirit Garm would have taken that thing out by then. What the Spirit Garm can't do is overwhelm an opponent. My dad got me there with my other soul. I need to put some more work into my other souls. That was Orgoth. His other souls slightly more developed than my summoner, which it is a summoner still. That other soul is a summoner, not a grand summoner. It's much weaker. Y'all think we're just gonna have to do this? No, I don't want to use that. What is this? Ah, yeah, Jorgenmander. That would summon Jorgenmander. I don't want to summon Jorgenmander. I want to use a world raid event, and I'll drop it public just because I'm here in town. And you know, anybody is welcome to take this thing out if I don't finish it. And it's a horseman. I don't want that. I would rather fight this acolyte. Oh wow, that was challenging. Oh my gosh, I barely made it out of there alive. Holy moly. Wow. The power! You can tell this is Kingdom X food court. This is the food court. Over there, I believe we've got some more Kingdom X. What we'll do here is we're just going to stick the old phone in the phone holder. Y'all wouldn't know it unless you looked at the map. But guess what? I'm out in town right now. Extra Life with MtLG Gaming. Out in town. Live streaming. A video game. Oh, don't you just love technology? So we're just gonna move on over here. Go ahead right down the way. Hook a ride over to one of my other little bases. Now you guys, we'll be live streaming this game till about 3:30. And then we're gonna end the live stream about 3:30. I feel like it was a pretty good test. And you know what? I think we're gonna leave this one on the record. It's gone relatively decent. I still haven't figured out how to get rid of my microphone while still allowing in-game sound to come through. So that's a thing. And if you're wondering who's playing right now, that's Spacestorm. He's controlling the phone for me. Just right now while I drive, so that way we can kind of keep the game rolling here. Yeah, you want to look at my screen and watch me travel on a map, right? That's kind of lame. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna keep it rolling. Y'all are gonna see one of my other bases. Now we have a very close friend. His name is Robbie Odom, and he's also around these parts. You can see some of the raids that I've summoned. Yes, these are summoned by me. I'm not certain if anyone else has summoned a raid here for a while, but I know that I have quite frequently because I used to work in this place. That's right. Now, I don't know exactly how likely it is for you to find out where it is that we are, but I've already told everybody where I live. And you're an online personality of any sort. If somebody wants to figure out who you are, they're going to. We can down 5 degrees since I came out of town. This thing gonna get me? I forgot that I was still a GS, y'all. I'm changing back to Deo. Yay, I reached 250. I feel like I went back in time right there for a second. Y'all ready to see all my buildings? This is my work base. For anyone who might ask, why do you have so many shops for upgrading other items? And so, every day before work, I would come here and just work my way from the bottom up, checking the shops for items. Now, some of these I have not upgraded, unfortunately, but some of them are upgraded. Now this is Obelisk the Tormentor. Obelisk the Tormentor happens to be me. I am Obelisk the Tormentor. That would be my alt, everyone. And so some of these shots will be created by me. You'll notice if I was to, I don't want to do that. Let me click around. See, you'll see this one's X Incarnate, and you know I've actually upgraded this one all the way. I've changed all of these shops icons to the lunar, the Year of the Dragon shop, because I think they look really cool. And this is for people passing through also. All of these shops are public, so if anyone's ever in the area and you want to do a little bit of shopping, stop by the Extra Life Mall. We definitely have a really big area here. And then over in the food court, we also have a lot of buildings there for you to check out. Some of these shops, it looks like most of the shops down here on the bottom end are not upgraded, but once we start working our way up, these shops will be mine. Anyway, they're more really up. I play on this account more and had a lot more resources to upgrade these shops with. And you can kind of tell right off the bat that whenever if I scroll down and the scroll ends pretty quick, that it's not fully upgraded, but then at the bottom they'll say hold the restock too. That also lets you know it's my shop, besides the fact that you'll see my name up there and then the options tab. That lesser jewel speed, I really don't care too much about it, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. This process actually, I'm going to be honest, I bet you this is really boring for people to watch, because I have fallen asleep going through each and every one of these shops, buying stuff, like out in the parking lot, on my lunch break, before I go into work. They're like, hey man, did you just wake up? I'm like, yeah. I got bored and my brain went to sleep. Now the game itself is very fun, but there are some there's some tests that I would call very monotonous. Just same thing over and over for a long time. That is the grind, because I will do a lot of things. I'll tell you that you're not going to come up here and spend $100 and end up with a max character, or even the level off of $100. You know, it would. The Odie is the name of the developer of this game, or at least that's what we all call him, and that's what he goes by. And he's very strictly against that sort of thing. There have been a couple things in the arch path I find a little bit borderline pushing some sort of real life incentive for. I've seen a tiny bit of beating around the bush, and I can actually show some examples of that probably in the current arch paths right now. If I was to jump over there and make sure I'm not missing anything out of these shops. All right, I think I've searched enough. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about here. So over here on the right, well, you'll notice also there are rewards available for Terra's Day. You buy these, but with in-game currency that you cannot purchase with real-world currency. 111 Gaia apples. You know what? Those are not from the Crimson Festival. Let's mark that one complete before we actually have to purchase it. So you're going to have to purchase this and one key that will unlock that specific event, allowing you to, by playing, you receive Sprite Pack, Skeleton Keys, it will help. Here is usually cosmetic. cosmetic. Now these things, to summon the beast to assist you, that's an actual monster that could help you in game. But again, you're using in-game Gaia apples to get these, get those. About started in 2019, banned. So I was abusing. If the GPS doesn't have a very strong, get a whole lot of that starting out. What I would do is make it to where I would drift around, allowing me to play. Further, COVID was a really big thing. It was still in full effect, actually. As a matter of fact, 2021 when coronavirus was singing all that, but it gave me an idea to exploit it. So unfortunately for me, I had to start over my character, but I think it was all for the better. It's okay. It just made me more of an experienced player, and allows me to give some advice to other new players who might be trying to exploit or spoof their location or exploit the GPS. That there's a consistent pattern with it, or they notice that it's happening a lot for extended periods of that account again. I couldn't even I used for that account. Yeah, I can't access that anymore either. So X Incarnate was born. Now the previous account was X. I was X, and now I'm X Incarnate, the reincarnated X. So he came back. We're not gone. You ain't getting rid of us like that. We love this game way too much. And you know, it broke my heart. It really did. It broke my heart to have a character band that I worked so hard on raising up and training. I poured everything into it. He was my original OG account. I traveled across to take a lot of properties. Long Island was pretty crazy. So many big people, big players over there in New York. Actually, it's the highest concentration of players I've ever seen in one area playing this game. So it was just super exciting. I've never seen anything like that. I would really like to go back one day just for that, but I might not ever go back to New York for the rest of my life. I did not enjoy the experience while I was there. I enjoyed playing Orna. Met a couple cool people while I was there too. But as far as New York itself goes, maybe 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you know, that would have probably been really good compared to what it was like even further back. I've heard stories of people going to the bathroom out their windows and stuff, just right on the sidewalk where they live in those apartments, or into the water from the side of the building. I'm just like, what in the world is up with you animals? But if you're from New York and you've ever done that, then maybe you can explain to me, what were you thinking? Maybe it's just not that easy to go pee outside, you know, and you don't want to go down 50 steps. Well, why doesn't the bathroom work? You know, like what's wrong with the bathroom, y'all? We're going to smelt some materials. We have 4,000 souls here, so we're just going to smelt all of a lot of. We'll probably just drop 120 Dragonite in here. It's going to get us various resources. So what happens is when we drop items into a refinery and smelt them down, depending on the item, they have chances of refining down into other types of items, which may or may not be harder or easier opportunity you get. So actually, if you look at my origin town here, you will probably notice if I remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There is a wait. There is a cooldown on the refinery. There, you know, you've got to wait until the materials get refined completely. So the best way to do this is to have multiple refineries and run them all at once, or kind of pattern, so that will always have a material rolling in. Now, the way that I did this, because you can only create territory control system. So we're going to look at the territory control owned or claimed by a player. Now, if you kind of think of me as a point in the middle of a circle, it says here, Robbie Odom. That's Robbie Odom. Yo, Robbie Odom! He's also a part of Kingdom X. My man's. He's a boss at this game too. I mean, he's an absolute boss. But yeah, so what happens is if you build a place and try to stick refinery build here, it's actually going to let me do it. So I'll drop this refinery like right there. Oh, I cannot place it so far from myself, so maybe we'll place it right here in this little corner. Did it work? We shall see. And there's the refinery. So, well, is it there? Did it drop it? Again, because there may have been an error, and I bet you there was. We're going to try to build again. Put it right up here. Continue. Can't place it that far from myself. Am I right here? Show my reference my location, and you can kind of see, if I turn off the buildings, where the road is that we're doing. So we're right on this road. If I go to build, we're right in the corner, in the bend of that road, and this is at my house. The game still thinks that I am at my way vessel. And you have to go outside of that circle region where you're at and build another. But you go down the road and create refineries as you go. Every time it lets you make one. And then on your way back, you actually slowly kind of drag these back to your original town with you. Keep moving them as you go. You run into one, grab it, move it a little closer as far as you can to your property or to your place down the road, and then walk down there, grab it up and move it. Keep on doing that. Pick it up and move it. Kind of like the chalice in Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. You want to keep moving. If you were to pick and set the chalice up and down constantly to move or traverse, which you don't do, you just carry it, then that's what you would do. And hopefully that helps people pick up and be able to build multiple refineries. I have two here. One of them is from an area nearby, and one of them was looks like Jorgamander. I do believe we want him petrified also for this fight, so we need to really need to make sure that Space Storm is a Grand Summoner and that he has his rock chicken. We don't call it by its real name because it'll block it out. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Hey Slippy, I want a farming gear boot pants crunch. I've seen them around for I think a couple of years at least now. What we're going to do is we're going to start out with a Word of Ortonite on our end. Oh, yeah, so it's going to be pretty important that we get some paralysis or some like lightning defense in here because he uses lightning. So now I'm resisting lightning. That's really nice. I do have Woo going. If I can manage a Mimic's Mischief, I was broken. I'm going to try it again just because it's really not that big a deal. I couldn't attack again. Surely this time it'll happen. Oh, Jorgamander cannot be petrified. Oh my god. I don't want to say we're cooked here, but that's not great. I should be wearing something that resists paralysis, to be honest with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit the cure right at it. Alright, so we got rid of that paralysis, y'all. Let's do stuff. Wyrm Song. I'm getting ready to boost my magic like crazy. gonna boost it like crazy. Yup. Let's see here. All right, let's go for it. I'm just gonna eat a mushroom. It's a portobello, you guys. Come on. Get your head out of the gutter. Increase my critical, which has already been increased, but you know, okay, whatever. Jorgen Mender had 3 dots right there, so that means he is probably going to strike soon. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and eat a sour mushroom too. The sour one is just hold it like that in the refrigerator. It's you know, just still portobello, no worries. Okay, so it looks like I do have flight and I'm paralyzed, and I'm just gonna panacea this off. I gotta get rid of it. Now I lost my Ortonite, so I gotta get my ward back. I'm gonna spend a turn, hit that ward. Woo! Woo! That's what we say when we cast Ward of Ortonite. Alright, Anwin. Hit the Ward of Anwin. Gosh, I can't speak today, y'all. I think I will go. I bet you my magic's not up right now, but I'm going to go. It was up actually, so I need to hit Golden Fortitude, and then we're just gonna force my follower to go offensive here with Call of Scotty. I think it's Lion's Penance or something like that, which hurts me when I move. It's kind of like, as far as I understand, it's kind of like, his badges here. So he's had 5 years of play. But their Hydras, they have the 7-year Orniversary thing. Canada. Cool. Over level 275. What that means is they've earned enough experience to reach a ridiculous level if it existed. They would be at 275. Bookworm, lots of codex entries. Yeah, they're definitely OG. Shout out to Chrono Pants for being awesome. Check over here and see our inbox. What do we got going on here? Okay, so we got Poor Hell's Boots, Ornate Hell's Garb, Hell's Veil, Poor Hell Heist, Menja's Battle Robe, Menja's Hood, Surtur's Chest, Surtur's Cuirass, Surtur's Helmet, Gird's Chest Guard, Gird's Headdress, Gird's Horsewhip, Leg Wraps. We got the legendary Stonework Grimoire. Okay, so that is actually one of the things that I use as a Grand Summoner. So if I swap over right here, I'll show you guys. If I'm a Grand Summoner, I'm probably holding a Grimoire. I'm actually not. I'm not holding a Grimoire. And flip it with Blime Hood. Let's see what gives me more magic. None here. The resistance is better there. The status protect. But I believe that this is what I usually used. It just really rocked my ward. I think this is what I'm supposed to be wearing as this class, though, if I'm not mistaken. Supplement and earthing. Looks like I was. But I went ahead and used a mana flask. If you just Spirit Garm as like a follower, so I don't have to use that book as a Beowulf, because you can get it as a follower. But as a summoner, you cannot have followers. So the only way to gain access to that's going to be about the end of our stream here. We've got to get back to what we were doing before. But thank you all so much for stopping. Always remember, happy gaming.